Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Today we will going to start a new chapter from history section, that is the Muslim society. After the death of Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, for more than 5 centuries there was no one to teach, to correct the people, and people were on their own. The religion of Christianity start losing its true form. So prominent Muslim countries that are prominent Muslim countries now, the condition before the advent of Islam was at its worst. So let's just learn. The very first is Iran. Iran, before the advent of Islam, was the center of Zoroastrian faith, that they used to worship fire. Though they were very much powerful and they have almost ruled majority of the world when they were in their peak, but at the same time there was robbery, immodesty and immorality in their society. They were cruel, and all the immoral practice such as alcohol, usury, maltreatment of slaves, like elite used to treat common people worse than animals, and kings and ministers and rich people were treated like gods at that time. Next is Greece and Rome. Greece and Rome both were the powerful nations. Rome often used to have war with the Iran being powerful nation as well at that time. So they used to face destruction, a lot of destruction. Greece, on the other hand, excelled in medicine, mathematics, philosophy and logic. It was the center of knowledge at that time. And Socrates, Hippocrates, Plato and Aristotle were born there. Socrates, Aristotle, all of them born there. But at the same time, the Rome and Greece were not welfare state, because the Greek kings held the ranks as a religious leader, and there was so much poverty such that parents had to sold their child due to poverty, and slavery was common. Master had right to murder his slave and he would not be charged for it, and slaves were not even allowed to marry. Even the farmers didn't get their fair share of their farm produce. Then we have Egypt, and Egypt was the center of slaves. The slaves used to get traded to other countries, and it was always been attacked by foreigners because of its rich agriculture, and killing human was an entertainment at that time. Women suicides were encouraged, and even we can say all the immoral practices that Rome and Greece had at that time were present in Egypt as well. India was the center of idols. The idol worship prevailed there at that time as well, and they were proud of their knowledge and heritage. The teachings of Ramchandra, Krishna, and Gautam Buddha was present there. Immoral practices were made the part of the religion, and man-made religion were practiced there. Same was the case with China. China used to worship Zoroastrian. There were Zoroastrian faiths, and as well as there was idol worship, and they also had man-made religions. And then there is the Arab world, which was about to become the center of Islam, but before Islam, the robbery, gambling, alcohol was present there, idol worshipping was there, and Quraysh of Makkah were caretakers of Kaaba, and they hold the position of religious leader, and they take charges for that caretaking. And slavery and maltreatment of women was prevalent. The child, especially the girls, used to buried alive. No central government or law enforcement agency was there. The tribal leaders take decisions. So that was the condition of Arab world and the Muslim countries before the advent of Islam. So after the death of Hazrat Isa alayhi salam for more than 500 years, in 571 AD, Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was sent as a mercy to mankind, and he established an Islamic society which had equality on the basis of caste, creed and color at that time, while the other societies discriminate on the basis of their class system. They used to discriminate between the black and the white. So Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu has mentioned that a white has no superiority over the black, nor a black has any superiority over white, except by piety and good action. So the main point of superiority was the good deeds and good action in Islamic society. Second, that all are equal in the eyes of law. The rich and the poor both gets the same punishment for the same crime. Then we had jihad fi sabilillah, that we have to fight in the cause of Allah only. We do not have to fight for the power. We can only fight for justice and for the cause of Allah only. Then we had a zakat system, that is the justified distribution of wealth, through which the wealth from the rich is distributed among the poor, and so they can have an equality in the system on the basis of wealth as well. Then the family values are introduced, the duties and responsibilities of parents, children, neighbors, all were set by Islam. And then the respect was being given to the woman at that time. Gender roles were set, and caliph is elected by the people. The people are bound to obey orders only if they are according to Islam. Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam laid the foundation of Islamic society, which was preceded by Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq when Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam left this world. Then in 13 Hijri, Hazrat Umar Farooq was made the second caliph, and in 24 Hijri, Hazrat Usman Ghani was made the third caliph, and in 35 Hijri, Hazrat Ali was made the fourth caliph. The period of these four caliphs is called Khilafat-e-Rashida, means the period of rightly guided caliphs. All four of them were so much close to Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so they have established such a caliphate system and such a Islamic society, a practical example of Islamic society that is researched and adopted by the non-Muslims of this time as well. Okay, we can see in the map that we have three colored parts. The very first part is red in color. This is the part which shows that Islam spread during the Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam established the Islamic society, it was within the boundaries of Saudi Arabia only. But as the caliphate system came, we can see that during the caliphate system, the Islam spread from Egypt to Persia, and then further in the period of Umayyad caliphs, it reached to Spain, and on the southern side it reached to subcontinent. Some of the characteristics of caliphate systems were that the caliphate is the rule of Allah. The caliph is the representative of Allah, exercising the powers within the boundaries described in Islam. He was only a representative and not a supreme power. He was not a ruler, he was just a representative, and he has to be accountable for whatever he is doing. Then the freedom of expression was there. The discussions and consultations were done in government matters, and in law making decisions were being taken after consultation. Law was the supreme. Judge can even held hearings of the caliph themselves, and caliphs have to attend those hearings. Baitul Mal, government treasury, was the property of public, and caliph only gets the monthly salary. War were fought as per Islamic rules, that is less destruction, and the spirit of jihad was observed. Slavery was discouraged, and this system and change was obvious during the caliphate in Iran, Iraq, Egypt and Syria, and it presents an excellent model for future generation. And as I have mentioned before, that it has been researched, and then these characteristics were being adopted by many countries and have reached to the level of welfare state. This is it for today. What you guys need to do is you have to do all these question answers in your notebook, and then you have to take the picture of it and you have to upload it in the application for checking. The first question is you have to mention any two characteristics of the following society before advent of Islam: Rome and Greece, India, Arab world, Egypt and Iran. You have to write the two characteristics of each of the society. Then you have to write down the characteristics of Islamic society. Mention one Quranic quote or quote of Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam related to each characteristics. Like if the characteristics is all are equal in the eyes of law, then you have to mention either a Quranic verse or you can mention a quote of Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then write down 5 characteristics of rightly guided caliph and also the duties of the caliphs. Then you have to complete the following table. Then which period is called Khulafai Rashida? Happy learning. Jazakallah khairan.